Folks, it's fair to say one of the most devastating words anyone can hear, and it's not hyperbole, is cancer. We're moving quickly because we know all families touched by cancers are in a race against time.
That was former President Biden launching his Cancer Moonshot Grant initiative last summer in honor of his late son, Beau, who died from glioblastoma, a form of brain cancer, in 2015. Now the former president is fighting cancer himself. As we've been reporting, former President Biden's office announced Sunday that the 82-year-old has an aggressive form of prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones. Reporters asked President Trump about Biden's diagnosis in the Oval Office Monday afternoon.
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago. Look, it's a very, very sad situation, and I feel very badly about it. And I think people should try and find out what happened.
For more, let's bring in Dr. Jamin Brahmbhatt. He is a urologist and surgeon at Orlando Health. Doctor, thanks for being here. Former President Biden's office says the cancer has spread to his bones. How common is that? How much more serious does that make his case?
Yeah, this is definitely sad. Like the president just said, this is definitely a shocking news. But in my office, I diagnose so many men with prostate cancer every single week. Over 300,000 men a year are diagnosed with prostate cancer. But very few of them actually have what former President Biden had, which is the high-risk cancer that had already gone to the bones. Only about 5 or 7% of the diagnoses are just like what President Biden has. So this is a very aggressive form of cancer, which has gone into the bones with a shortened life expectancy. Only about 37% of individuals have a 5-year life expectancy when they have this type of diagnosis. So it is extremely shocking that our former president has this for the general public. But for me, as a clinician, provider, surgeon, urologist, this is news that I'm giving every single day to our patients.
What are some of the available treatment options?
So the good news is because there's so many men that have prostate cancer, there's a lot of treatment options. The best news we heard from his statement was, yes, this had spread to the bones, but at the same time, it was hormone sensitive, which means he's open to every single treatment option. Now, things like surgery and radiation are not an option for him. Those are really for patients who have localized cancer where the cancer can be cured. But what we're going to try to do, I'm not his urologist, but what his medical team is going to try to do is control the cancer. And that can be done with hormone androgen deprivation therapy. It can be done with corticosteroids. It can be done with immunotherapy. There's several different options that can be given by IV or even by mouth to help control the cancer.
How can men stay more vigilant when it comes to their prostate health? What are some of the biggest risk factors?
Well, the first thing I tell my men that come to the office that I've diagnosed, I ask them if they have any men in their family, especially if they have sons or if they have a father, because there is a higher risk of prostate cancer when you have a family history. So we ask them to get screened earlier. The other thing I would really recommend that all men out there make sure that they're getting their PSA testing done at least once a year. And if they are, great. But if the number's fine, but if you start having symptoms like Senator Biden did, go ahead and get an evaluation. Go ahead and see your primary care doctor or go see a urologist like us, because sometimes these early warning signs may not be found in these routine screening tests. It may be found, just like what we hear from Senator Biden, it may be more of a change in urination that may have led to this path where the cancer was diagnosed.
Dr. Jamin Brahmbhatt, thank you.
Thank you.